Hello, teacher. How are you? Here is my presentation about the topic that you told us to do. The topic is the plagiarism, and here we go. First of all, I'm gonna show you quickly the table of the content, in which one I distributed the steps that I'm gonna take to present that topic. First of all, as you told us, I'm gonna introduce myself quickly. My name is Jordi Guzman. I am 27 years old. Um, in your instructions, you told us to show our ID, but I don't live in Ecuador. I live in USA, so I have this ID is a driver license that shows that I am who is supposed to be. And here we go. First of all, I'm gonna explain what is the plagiarism in easy words. In the academic field, the plagiarism occurs when when one uses someone else's ideas, or it means the words or work without giving them the proper credit or permission. It is imperative, it's really important to avoid this because it constitutes a serious ethical breach. The proper attribution and permission must be searched before using the work of another person. The plagiarism is a violation that not only undermines academic integrity but also detracts from the overall intellectual discourse. As you can see in the bottom of the slide, I attach a quote that says, "Plagiarism is the thief of creative." It's a quote by Terry Gilmet. He's a writer. The next. Okay, the harms of plagiarism or the consequences of plagiarism or the effects of the worst effects of plagiarism. We got a lot of effects of plagiarism, but I separated in two kinds: the legal consequences, the moral consequences. And in the moral consequences, we have the consequences of our actions that can have a profound impact on our lives. For example, the loss of integrity um, is one such consequence where our actions are not consistent with our beliefs and values, leading to a conflict within ourselves. The next one is the damage of our reputation. Yeah, this is another consequence where our behavior can cause others to view us in a negative light, potentially leading to a loss of trust and opportunities. The next one is the diminished personal growth. It means that can result, we may limit ourselves by avoiding difficult situation or failing to take risk. The next one is stifling creative and originality. Is yet another consequence as our moral beliefs may prevent us from exploring new ideas and expressing ourselves freely. And finally, the betrayal of trust is a significant consequence because it can have far-reaching effects, damaging relationships and causing long-lasting harm. It's important to consider these moral consequences when we are making decisions because they can have a significant impact in on our lives and the lives of those that are around us. Okay. In the other hand, in the legal consequences, there are serious matters that should matter that should not be taken lightly. First, the copyright infringement. can result in hefty fines and even legal actions. For example, in the case of, in our case, in the academic field, for example, copying an article and distributing it without permission from the owner. Additionally, in the contractual violation, can lead to the termination of a business agreement and possible legal actions. For example, when someone uses when someone uses when someone uses someone else's work without giving the proper attribution and the proper credit, which is often a violation of terms of cost of a website or online services. And finally, we got the academic penalties that can also be imposed for plagiarism or other academic misconduct. It is always important to respect the legal and the ethical boundaries in any situation to avoid any potential legal repercussions. Okay, okay. Following the next, we got the types of plagiarism and their characteristics, and I gonna tell a short example of each one, or I gonna explain a little bit of what is that. The first one is the complete plagiarism. It refers to the act of copying someone else's work and presenting it as one without the proper attribution. For example, when if I've if I upload a work of somebody else, from my brother or from my classmate, and I present it as mine, um, it can without making any change or ceding the original source. Okay, the second one is the source-based plagiarism. It involves taking information from a source from a s- from a source, taking information and not properly ceding it. The next is the direct plagiarism, is when someone copies word by word from another resource without quotation marks or proper citation. The the next one is the self of auto plagiarism. The self of auto plagiarism is when someone submits their own previously submitted work as a new without proper situation and or permission or explanation that I do it before and I am submitting again. The next one is the paraphrasing plagiarism. It refers to the act of rewarding someone else's work and presenting it as your own without giving proper credit. The next one is the inaccurate authorship. It occurs when someone claims to be a creator of a work that was actually created by someone else. The another one is the the mosaic plagiarism. It involves taking bit and pieces of various sources and combining them into a single work without proper situation. And the last one is the accidental plagiarism. It occurs when someone unintentionally uses someone else's works without giving proper situation, without giving proper citation and permission. Okay, finally, I have a summary of the effective strategies to avoid plagiarism. It is important to understand the different forms of plagiarism and how to avoid them. By following these measures, we can maintain the integrity and authenticity of our work. Plagiarism not only undermines the credibility of our work, but also violates ethical standards. It is essential to take all necessary steps to avoid this issue. One effective strategy is to begin the research and writing process early. This will give enough time to gather information, analyze it, and create original content. Rushing through assignments increases the likelihood of accidental plagiarism. Another useful tip is to keep track of all the sources from the beginning. This includes notes of on the author, title, publication date, and page numbers. Having a clear record of sources makes it easier to attribute them accurately in the final work. Finally, if we are unsure about the proper way to cite resources, it is suggested to seek guidance from instructors or academic advisors. They can provide a valuable feedback and resources to help avoid plagiarism and produce a high quality work. Okay, finally, I have the slide of the reference that I used. Uh, you can pause to check it and review. And I think that's it because I have no more time to explain anything. I hope you find interesting my work and have a good day. Thank you.